Hello and welcome to my latest, greatest Dear Diary TED Talk. It's been a while. I am actually recording using my headphones and my mic here. This is showing up of my microphone. I don't know what words to use. This is it. Here he is. He hasn't been active in a while. I haven't been active in a while. As in my own Dear Diary type of episode. I haven't created one in a while. So here it is, an update on my inner workings. Why? Because I can. But even looking back, I've noticed looking back at these sometimes makes me want to cringe so badly. Sometimes I just love onto myself and appreciate the fact that I am stepping out of my comfort zone in whichever way possible. This being one of them. So I think last time I recorded on my own was in October of 2024. We are now the 18th of March. So it's been a while. I don't think that episode came out that long ago, though. It came out maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. By the time this comes out, it's going to be April. So, yeah. What's been going on since then? Oh my God, life took some other turns. Went to Switzerland for about 3 weeks. I think it was just over 3 weeks. But before going to Switzerland, my person came over. My Isaiah person. My whole mate. If you know, you know. But I'm going to explain what I mean by whole mate. It's Mark Gaffney. I am not entirely sure if he came up with this idea and this concept of whole mates, or if it's from other teachings that he's been studying. I am not 100% sure. But I've heard him talk about whole mates for the first time in a podcast with Aubrey Marcus and Vailana. Yeah, I'm playing with this. Look how cool it is. Yes, this is distractions that happen in my chats. And he spoke about the different types of relationships that people have. One of them being called role mates, another one soulmates, and the last one whole mates. So the role mate relationship is the one where you just fulfill a role. You're you're staying connected and you're staying in a marriage, let's say, that doesn't necessarily serve you as a person or the other person, but you just fulfill a role of the dad and the provider, or the mom and the homemaker. So that's the role mate part. The soulmate is when, oh, by the way, in the role mate, the people don't necessarily communicate as much of themselves to the other person. The soulmate, on the other hand, is very open about woundings and trauma and other things that they're working through, anything of that matter. And then the whole mate embodies both of the other two, and the other added layer of having a common purpose, let's say. So there's a common higher purpose that they're both working towards. So when I say whole mate, when it comes to me and Isaiah, at this point in life, that's what it feels like. And I have noticed the amount of things that I worked with since he got here in December. And yeah, there have been a lot of fears and a lot of insecurities coming up to the surface. A lot of unknown. Oh my God. Talk about our other YouTube channel that's called Exploring the Unknown. That's focused mainly on, it was initially on us traveling to different places, and now it's turning into exploring our inner worlds, the unknown of that in that way. So a lot of that has been happening since December. Oh my God, never mind the amounts of places that we've moved to and the amount of things that we wanted to try, but also let go of, from my perspective at least, of, I don't know, initially we got back from Switzerland to the UK in Worcester, and we both love it here. Even though it was his first time over here, he also fell in love very quickly with Worcester, especially the part that we stayed in, which is very central. And we then went and stayed in Malvern for a week because of jobs and interviews, and then that didn't work out to how we kind of thought it was going to work out. So life took us to Ross-on-Wye, partly because Isaiah really didn't want to go there, partly because a part of me did. And I think the part of me that did want to go there was the stability and security that I thought I had over there, you know, because I could just go back to my old job and pick up where I left for a little while, just to have a little bit of stability. And of course that didn't work out that way, because I knew I wasn't going to be able to stay there for an extremely long time. I knew that was just me completely letting go of everything that I felt was a safety net and moving on to whatever next. We did go to Hereford after that. I had an interview there too that I walked out of because just not what I don't know. There's certain things that you kind of know when, I guess I would say in my case, because of the things that I've learned about myself and intuitions and everything, it just did not feel like the thing that I was going to do with my life. So halfway through the interview, I politely declined the job and walked out. So now we're back in Worcester, where we both wanted to be, and everything just felt so light, so much light when we got back here. And yeah, he is currently at a place doing something that he loves. Oh my god, I don't know how this thing came about. He is literally exploring the magic. That's even on the map when you look it up. It says exploring the magic. And I am on my own since Sunday evening, and it's interesting because I haven't been apart from him since he got to the UK. So for over 3 months, we've just been nonstop in each other's presence, except maybe some days when I went to see my kids. But that's kind of it. Like overnight, we haven't been apart since then, and it's been interesting to see the little insecurities coming up for me and loving myself for that. I started hosting my breathwork ceremonies again. And that has been a very fulfilling experience, especially the most recent one that happened over the weekend on Sunday. That blew some people up. Blew the people that participated in it up. Open. It was a breathwork that I actually recorded 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. And I thought I had to tweak it, but it ended up not tweaking it at all and just going with the trust that it was built exactly as it was supposed to be built. And yeah, it came through. Oh, by the way, the one reason why I'm wearing my beautiful headphones and talking in my microphone is because I was recording another breathwork before I decided to do this. And I am kind of halfway through, I would imagine, maybe not. And I ain't feeling it at all. The music is so great. And the idea that I have with it is to create an activation breathwork rather than an awakening one, if that makes any sense. And I wrote down long time ago the guidance that I would want to have in it, yet I am not feeling it at all. It's been a while since I've put together this track. And yeah, I'm playing, still playing, picking it up, putting it down. And I don't know, there's just something about it that doesn't feel fully, I was going to say perfect, even though it's not perfection that I'm after. It just doesn't feel like it's working. You know, the two ideas that I have don't go together. The guidance with the music. It feels like the music is asking for something else. And I'm not even fussy about perfection. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even there at all. It's just a certain feel that the music is bringing, that the guidance doesn't seem to slot into it. So I imagine I'm gonna discard all of that, start afresh. Let me plug myself in here. Ready, set, go. Bing. So, what else? Gonna be thrown in the unknown in a while, in a minute, because we need to move from here next week. And I really appreciated where we stayed here for a month. It really brought a little bit of stability for me, internal one as much as external, and I could focus my energy some other places. So I'm very grateful for that. What else is showing? Oh, I am going to have an interview today. A podcast interview. It's not even going to be an interview. I don't know. That word doesn't even cover what this conversation is going to be, because it is my one and only soul sister that I'm going to have on. And we're going to talk everything under the sun. And I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be a catch-up of sorts for us. We never seem to find the time to just speak, just the two of us, or it's always with other people in the background. So this time around it's going to be pretty cool. That's happening later on. Oh my god, in the next 3 hours. So in the meantime, I think I'm going to leave this here and go for a walkie. Go for a walkie because the weather's nice. It's kind of windy and cold, but otherwise pretty cool. So that's it for me for now. Looking forward to sharing whatever else comes out of this life of mine. Bye-bye for now.